So Valentine's Day is approaching again, bringing the excitement of hotel loners and the tears of our lonely brothers. So to all the lonely men out there who are still struggling to find a girlfriend or boyfriend, I don't judge, I'll be presenting to you the 3 red flags that you should avoid at all costs to boost your desirability. These are of course based on the experience of someone who is not even a certified wingman, so they may or may not work for everyone in every situation. But if you don't mind that, here they are. Number 1, don't be needy. Complaining about how lonely you are has been one of the most popular self-deprecation jokes on the internet, where being horny all the time is totally acceptable and depression has been somehow glorified. But many of you haven't realized that it was just a meme, and a lot of people are still keeping it as a running gag for the laugh despite them already being in a relationship. Truth is, the joke is only funny when people can clearly see the irony in it. When they look at the person making the joke and be like, yeah, there's no way he or she is single. A socially awkward person whining about their inability to find a partner might just come across as desperate and repulsive. Don't act like your life just depends on finding a lover. There would be nothing interesting about you when everyone's first impression of you is your eternal search for a mate that you can't stop bragging about. And since we're on the subject of not limiting your self-image to one single aspect, single, no pun intended. Let's move on to number 2. Do not discard your own identity. Most attractive people would agree that you should never fake your personalities or adopt stereotypical traits of a group as your own. Unless you're 12 years old, there are no reasons to cling onto a group or a community, a fan base, to make yourself feel elevated. You don't have to act, think, look like, be ashamed of, or be proud of being a weeaboo just because you're into Japanese culture. The same goes with being a biological male doesn't give you the right to dictate what being a man is supposed to be. Shh, I like anime. Hentai too? All of that would only reflect your insecurity and lack of individualism. What you should do is to be as many things as you want to be without forcing yourself to become the quintessential of anything. Your identity is always unique, as it is constituted by a lot of different, sometimes conflicting aspects of yours. And that is how you keep people curious about you. If you broadcast yourself too much trying to be someone that you're not, you're most likely gonna end up attracting the wrong people. And finally, we have number 3. Do not be fat and gay. Number 3. Do not be a misogynist. Now hear me on this one, gentlemen. Perhaps the main reason for your loneliness lies in how wrong you've been perceiving the opposite gender. Many men sadly still perceive women as some sort of mythical creatures instead of rational human beings, especially those that they consider to be out of their league. They are afraid to even approach the opposite gender for fear that one minor communicational mistake would result in them being eaten alive. And sometimes the prolonged lack of interaction would lead to their misconception of women as a whole, and then the frustration of not being able to find the right one would eventually fuel their hatred towards the opposite gender. I've seen a lot of people who have been unsuccessful in romantic relationship just downright showing misogynistic behaviors towards women. They claim that all girls today are mean, greedy, and are only interested in jerks instead of nice guys like them. Gentlemen, women hate misogyny as much as you abhor toxic feminism. So if you want them to appreciate you as an individual, perhaps you should stop seeing them as part of a group that you unreasonably hate. And that's it for the video. I just want to let you know that you don't need to be a rocket scientist or supermodel to understand or be attractive to women. So if you follow my tips and somehow end up having a girlfriend, remember to say no Koro after kissing her. My name is Jackson. Happy Valentine's Day.